Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we will talk about Git Tag command, which is very important command because this is the one which is helpful to find out the source code which you are using for different releases in the production. Consider you are having a source code version 1 which you have used for release 1 in your production. Same way, you have version 2 which is used for release 2, okay, and so on, right? Now, consider someone asks that in release 2, means your version 2, what are the files, what is the code you have used? So, even though you are having many commits, right, but you cannot, it's very difficult, means I won't say cannot, but it's very difficult to find out what are the files you have used, what is the exact source code you have used for version 1. So there tags comes into the picture. Okay. So let us see with the example. So I'm into my banking app, that repository, which is, having a GitHub repository as well. So here, let me go to my Visual Studio Code. So this is my Visual Studio Code, right? And I will remove this code. Right. So now what I want to do, I want to take this code as my version 1. Okay. So all these files. So what I will do, git status, let me check, is there any update? Okay. Everything is up to date. So I will say git tag and I will call it as version 1. Okay. Now you can see how many tags you have created. So you can see so far only V1 tag is created. Now consider after this is for release 1. Now, after release 1, you have release 2. So what you are doing, you are creating some more files. So I will just name it v2.java file so that we can identify these files are related to version v2. Okay. And I will create some, means you can create some more files. I'm not creating, but this file is added. And let us save this. And then I will go here and I will say git status. So you can see v2.java file is there, git add dot, and I'll say git and commit -m, and I will say v2.java file is added. Okay. So this is my commit. Now, what I want to do, git and tag, I want to tag it as version 2. So in version 1 and version 2, the difference is this v2.java file is added in version 2. Now let us create one more version and I will create one more file and I'll call it v3.java. Okay. And these releases or these tags are independent upon the branches. Okay. So they are not dependent upon the branches. So v3.java file is created. Now what I will do, I will say git add, or if you want to see the status, git status. See, this file is in the untracked area. Now I will say git add dot, and I'll say git and commit -m, and I will say v3 v3 dot java file is added. Okay. Now I will tag this git tag and I will call it as v3. Okay. Now v1, v2. So if I say git tag, so you can see I have v1, v2, v3. Okay. Now, if someone asks what code you have used in release 1, so you will say v1 code I have used. I want to see that code. So you want to see that code, then git checkout and v1. So I'm checking out to v1. So now here you can see you are in detach head state. So head state is detached. Head state, what it indicates, that in which branch you are. So at this moment, I'm just into the v1, which is my version 1. So you can look around, make experimental changes and commit them. You can discard any commits. You can you make it in this state without impacting any branches by switching back to the branch. Okay, so this is fine. Now, if I go to my Visual Studio Code, so now here you can see we don't have v2.java, we don't have v3.java because this is version 1. Same way, if I say git and check out to version v2, right? So now I'm into the version v2 and here you can see there is a v2.java, but v3.java is not there. It means v1 version plus v2 version I can see, right? Similar way, if I say check out to version v3, so now I can see v3.java, v2.java, and version v1, right? So this way tags are basically used. Now what I want to do, I want to push these version-wise release or source code into my GitHub repository. So I'll say git push tags. Okay, so you can give that tag name. For example, I want to push v1, right? So git push tag v1. Let me just check the syntax. So git tag hyphen hyphen help, not git tag, git push hyphen hyphen help. So here you can see a web page which basically shows you the help related to this. So if I go here and you can see we can push the hyphen hyphen tags we need to use, right? So I will say git push and hyphen hyphen tags and v1. So so okay. So we will see here the exact syntax. So if I come over here and we want to see the tags. Okay, so only tags we can use. It will push all the tags. But if you want to push a particular tag, so git tag rebase push and not this one. Okay. Okay, we need to use this command, which is git push and origin. Say an example, I want to push version v1, right? Uh, so git push origin v1 and it will ask for my credential, right? So I'm using this and continue, right? So only v1 tag is added. Now if I go to my GitHub repository, so my GitHub repository is here, right? Now if I just refresh this, and now you can see here that tag. There is one tag, okay? So you can see v1 tag is there, and this is the zip. And if I open this, this is if you are using Linux or Mac operating system, this is for Windows. Let me download for Windows. So it will have the source code which is related to v1. So if you see this banking app and see here v2.java and v1, v3.java file is not there. If you want to push all the tags, then what you can do, git push and hyphen hyphen tags. So to push all the tags to your remote repository v1, v2, v3, right? Again, it is asking for the credential. Now everything is pushed. v1 was already there, v2 and v3 is pushed. Now again, if I go to my repository and if I refresh this, so you can see v1, v2, v3, and v1, v2 will have uh, their respective code. Okay, v1 will have v1 code, v2 has v1 plus v2, and v3 will have. So you can download this code and you can check it. Now, if I go back to my code, right? And here we have seen 3 tags. Now, if I go to my different branch, say, as an example, Raman branch, if I go, right? See, tags are still showing. So it is independent upon the branches, right? So that is how we can use the tags. Now, if you want to git and tag, and you want to delete a tag, for example, I want to delete tag v3. Okay, so v3 tag is deleted. So if I say git tag, so now you can see we are having v1 and v2 tags, right? So uh, now if I check out to my main branch, if I say git and check out to my main branch, okay, so now I'm there. Now if you see here uh, in my Visual Studio Code, so you can see all the files are there, right? So version tags are different and branching is different. Checkout command we use for branching as well as for the tag, but switch is used for switching to the branch. Okay, so that's it for this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Bye bye.